Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our special edition for August 2023. Last month, we did single character a day deep dive to unpack each individual ones. And today I pick one character from that July character to show you the immense possibilities from that one single character. You can create the second layer, like a derived meaning, by combining that with another character. So this is 2 character months and shared with one common thread, which is this sheng. That means life, right? I mean, it's summertime. We want to feel alive. So this definitely is related to the concept of life in general. And in Chinese, of course, we use, as an upwelling society, we use plant growing in the soil. This symbol, you can see the plant symbol, upward turning trident shape. That's the plant, either it's a tree or grass. This becomes a kind of a generic in this combination of life, and then it's growing on top of the soil. So if you want to go back to the meaning of life, which is the original, the most essential meaning of this character, you can go back to July 10th to check out that episode. But today we are featuring 活 in 生活. 生活, this character, I mean, this expression was commonly, still is commonly used in Chinese media, because 生活 is about the living. It's about our everyday, day-to-day life. So it's a highly reoccurring theme in social media or the mainstream media, talking about people making their life through life. So 活 is what made it, make this pairing with 生 to make this, living concept. So 活 came from water sound, the sound of flowing water. So sound of flowing water, of course, it has the water sign on the left, and then it has the flowing sign on the top right portion, and then have the sound sign by this mouse symbol. So I guess here is the language creator getting a little bit more creative. Before, I always thought the mouse symbol is dedicated to human mouths. And it relates to either the mouse count, which is Chinese head count, to count the population, or the speaking function, because it's mouse, the speaking comes from the mouse. So oftentimes this mouse symbol is used in, like in yesterday, we have this meal, we have this mouse, the speaking function in there. But I always thinking this mouse means human speaking, but it proved me wrong here, expanded my understanding of speaking. But here is the speaking sound of a flowing water. I mean, how beautiful is that? How long ago you've listened to the water gurgling through the stream, right? So let's unpack. The left side, the water sign, it has this mainstream in the middle, right? Kind of S-curve flipped. And then it has broken streams on the side. So to my view, it's realistic depicting of how stream, creek, or river, like however scale you want to show that water body, through their channel. Because the middle part is the deepest part of the channel, so it was less likely to be obstructed. So the middle line is continuous. So on the side, there may be logs, dead animal bodies, or stones. So interrupted along the sides or close to the bank of this channel. So that's why it's a pretty nice visual, simplified, but at the same time it's effective. It shows you how a river or stream naturally flowing its natural habitat. Okay, so that's flowing water. I mean, that's water or river, right? It's the thing, the subject. And then what the water do is to flow to the lower ground. So here, this top portion with almost like a 3 in various lengths, horizontal lines connected by this vertical line, you can almost view it as a yardstick, right? It starts from the top and then the middle, and then it's pointing toward lower ground. So this pointer, and I guess here, this connecting to the mouse symbol is language creators' effort to connect different icons into unified. They try to have both icons touch each other or connected visually to show you this is one unit of meaning. And okay, this shows the water is flowing toward the lower ground. So simply gravity's work, right? In Chinese, we have 人往高处走，水往低处流, meaning for humans, you always climb up the social ladder. For waters, they always flowing to the lower ground. So this high and low contrast between the behavior of human, what's expected of human, and what's expected. It's almost like a guaranteed behavior for water, right? It's always flowing toward the lower ground. So that's depicted by this lower ground pointing, flowing icon. So this icon by itself means lower, toward the lower ground. And then the mouse symbol means the sound came from it. So it's a water speaking, it's not human speaking here. Now we have this flowing, because it's going to the lower ground, flowing water speaking. So that's the sound of flowing water. And Chinese use that sound of flowing water to indicate things are moving, things are alive. So how can you tell if someone is alive or not? I guess a basic one is if that person is moving, if that person is, spatially moving. As that expression, like humans, we go up social ladder. I mean, that's a social depiction of behavior, but a human as a distinction from plant, which is firmly rooted in one fixed spot on the planet Earth. Humans are roaming on the surface of the surface of the Earth. So that's a way to tell if that person is alive. So this life, this plant-based symbol of you have your root in the soil, you're growing, right? It's the state of being life. And then the right side means it's a moving, as humans moving through spaces, doing everyday chores or hustle bustles of every day, and that depicts this movement came from this water flowing sound symbol. So together, 生活 simply means living, the act of being alive, specified to applying to humans only. So humans, we have, we make a living, right? So living depicts this motion, this action through life. It's not that glamorous because we do day-to-day living, right? Not always glamorous. We do have highlights and lowlights, I guess. But this living show you this 活 that's moving as if it's water, the sound of water flowing. So that is the stream of life, if we can put it. So interestingly, I want to point out that when I was searching for living to show you visually how it looks in English concept, it always pull up this home deco pictures. So I guess living in the commercialized society we're living in, this English world today, is related to living space. So that's a backdrop, the setting of living. The characters, the motion, people who carrying their thoughts, they're speaking their words and make their deeds. People who are the main characters on that backdrop is not shown here. So in this living space, commercial visual representations, always like humans, the characters who are using the space is absent. So I don't know why people don't show humans there. Probably is more costly, right? Of course, because here the selling point is the living background. The space is not about humans, but the main point of living is we are moving. We are the characters on this backdrop of living space. So that's a difference in contemporary English, the word use of living versus in Chinese 生活 means this day-to-day living. Okay, caching intercurrency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie.